3 weeks from today, the Packers kick off their regular season on the road at Jacksonville. This coming Friday, they continue preseason play on the road in San Francisco. As you can see, fans lining up to meet Brewers greats Jim Gardner, Paul Wagner, and Jeff Jenkins. Currently, GE employs 14,000 women, which is just 18% of the company's technical workforce. NBA legend and all-time leading scorer Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is scheduled to appear right here in Milwaukee on March 2nd at the Milwaukee Theater. Students can purchase their tickets for free at the Union Help Desk to see the lecture, as well as a potential book signing for one of Kareem's 12 books. For Media Milwaukee, I'm Keio Horton. Milwaukee Bucks and NBA legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar entered the stage to a standing ovation, wearing a noticeable piece of clothing.
You are unmistakably wearing LA Lakers socks.
Despite this little hiccup, he went on to speak and spread words of wisdom to the audience.
Sometimes ignorance can be bliss, so you have to disrupt that with facts. And if you can present the facts in a way that is not threatening and not hostile, and show that you have an understanding of what the reality is, people will listen to you.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar spoke right here at the Milwaukee Theater for under 2 hours, and many people listened in with open ears.
He was honest, I would say, and he gave real responses and real, reasons or things, real solutions he offered. The part where he answered the guys' questions about their own internal issues about women's rights and their views on race and things was pretty insightful.
He really delivered. What I loved about the event is it really felt like a conversation. You don't see a lot of people communicate with such a human touch, also with authenticity, sincerity, and just a deep level of thoughtfulness.
On behalf of the MSA and UWM, welcome.
UWM's Muslim Student Association organized Kareem's appearance in the theater. They hope that his words will resonate with the people in attendance going forward.
I think it's very important to have him here, especially, with the questions addressing anti-blackness in our community and, race issues here in the United States. And just he speaks so eloquently about, getting people out there, getting people mobilized. And that's something we need to see in our own Muslim community. So I think that was very important for him to come and speak out about that.
If there's any way I could describe this event, it's eye-opening, informative, and full of hope. For Media Milwaukee, I'm Keio Horton.
Good tight with the sideline, get to the basket, bang it down.
Here comes the Greek freak. Giannis Antetokounmpo soared past the Cavs defense in late November for a quick slam on his way to a career-high 34 points in a Bucks win. Giannis Antetokounmpo was having a monster year this year, vastly improving from his performance from last season. But will it be enough to make him a franchise player and a potential all-star this season? I asked some fellow Bucks fans here on UWM to find out that very answer.
I think Giannis is doing very well this year. He's playing very well on offense. He's pulling in triple doubles maybe every couple games. I mean, they almost beat the Warriors with Giannis leading with 33 points, I think it was, and he also led them in points, rebounds, and I think assists for the Cavaliers game, which was a big win for them considering the Cavs are supposed to be the best team in the league right now besides the Warriors. So I think that in the future he could end up being an all-star, even leading the franchise to a championship in the future.
He's a pretty powerful player, a joy to watch on the court. I just hope he doesn't get stolen away by a better team or a team with more money. He did really awesome in the dunk competition. I'm just excited to see him play more.
There's no denying that Giannis Antetokounmpo is the Bucks' future, and he's making a strong case to go to New Orleans for the NBA All-Star Game in February. I'm Keio Horton for Media Milwaukee.
We don't bathe in the water. Me and him both bathe in the bottled water.
While this resident of Flint did not want her face seen on camera, she did give some insightful thoughts on having pets in Flint. Raising pets in Flint can be hard, even for the employees of Magoo's Pet Outlet store in nearby Flint Township. Magoo's manager, Kim Parks, who owns 3 dogs and a cat, knows the hassle of raising pets in Flint.
It costs a lot of money, so definitely if you are looking into getting a pet, be prepared to spend some money. So it's not a cheap thing. Getting a pet is definitely a commitment. It's very comparable to having a child. You're going to spend a lot of money, you're going to spend a lot of time, so it's definitely something you're going to devote your life to.
While she tends to pets that come to the store, Parks also has to make sure her pets are taken care of.
Why are you biting Daniel? That's nice. It's really frustrating. I mean, I know, like, for instance, you gotta go grab 10 cases of water, you know, lug them in your car, lug them in your house. You gotta, you know, lug them upstairs, stuff like that. So I know, me being a small person, it's a lot of work.
Erica Taylor, who works at Magoo's, used to live in Flint with her pets. She feels empathy for those pet owners who still live in Flint.
It's sad. It is. A lot of people struggle just getting their dogs water, and that's not very fun. Struggle to cook foods and all types of stuff. The struggle of not getting water and not having water for their pets that's clean is mostly the problem. But I have heard of some sicknesses. My animals have not personally got sick, but I have heard of some sicknesses of where they thought it was the water.
From guinea pigs, birds, to fish, taking care of a pet here in Flint can be really expensive, especially when pet owners constantly have to buy bottled water for all of their pets' needs. In Flint, Michigan, I'm Keio Horton. Every Wednesday, Luis De Leon goes through his daily routine. By 12:15, he leaves class at the Northwest Quadrant and heads to Curtin Hall to see his Spanish tutor.
So I think it's important to have a tutor twice a week because, you know, now that I started minoring in Spanish, it helps expedite the studying process. And, you know, since I take Spanish twice a day and 3 hours in the morning, it's nice to have that in between class and work. I just think it's important for most people to get a tutor during the school year if they have a second, you know, language that they're trying to learn at the same time of a major that has consistent projects always throughout the semester.
After leaving Curtin Hall, Luis is on the move. He makes a quick stop to Bolton Hall and speaks with his professor, Jane Daly.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
At 1 o'clock, he leaves Bolton Hall, cuts through the Union, and heads to the physics building. In the physics building, Luis works as a digital communications intern on the 4th floor.
On a good day, I take the stairs.
Occasionally, he has to deal with slow elevators.
I believe this is the slowest elevator on campus, the elevator in the physics building. It's a good time, takes approximately 4.5 minutes. Yeah, it's pretty slow, but it's a nice breather to have. All right.
At 1:15, Luis is in his office. He sits at his desk and does some work on his latest video project for UW-Milwaukee.
What's nice about this place is that we get our own desk and everything. They put us in a professional office setting so we can decorate it as it is. So we all have our own Bitmojis. So here I have Take It Easy because that's how I think people should live, I guess. But I mean, yeah, so it's a good time. Got our schedule back here, and we have some pretty cool views of the city as well behind us. So.
Once 3:30 hits, Luis is back in Bolton Hall for his documentary class, where groups of students work on and produce their own documentary.
Ah, perfect. That's awesome. We already shot the first interview, and then we're going to be filming like essentially tonight all the way into Monday, a little bit throughout this week, but primarily the weekend. And crew, yes, the late night hours and stuff.
At 6:10, Luis heads back home to his apartment. And makes himself a cup of coffee and relaxes.
Some good morning roast. What is it? Medium roast? Medium roast.
At 7:30, Luis normally heads back to campus to run meetings as president of the journalism club. But today is a little bit sweeter.
All right, so right now I'm here with a couple of the officers from the journalism club. We're making some cookies and other baked goods for our fundraiser tomorrow. Just part of one of the duties of being in a student org here. You know, just got to fundraise for the club and everything, and so it should be good, and everything seems to be going well.
It's 7:45, and most of the baking is already done. But Luis's day is not done yet. He leaves his apartment and heads back to the physics building to film his documentary. For Media Milwaukee, I'm Keio Horton. Many athletes took a part in this year's presidential election, and a lot of them were unsatisfied with how the results turned out. But do you think any of them could turn out to be a good president? I asked the students here at UWM that very question.
I feel like Derek Jeter would have a really good shot. He has kind of a biracial appeal, which worked for President Obama in 2008 and 2012. He also plays a sport that's really popular among old white men, which seem to be a pretty key demographic in major political elections these days. And also playing in New York. There's still, to this day, a lot of 9/11 play and anti-terror campaigns, messages by political figures, so I feel like he could play off that, being a central figure in that city during that time. And then also just the Yankees. I mean, everyone hates the Yankees, but also everyone loves the Yankees.
I don't think any athlete would make a good president, because an athlete's an athlete and a president's a president. We take this job really too seriously. You have to be a president of a country. There's a lot of responsibilities, as Donald Trump will find out, and we will all find out how he is not suited to be a president, because you need certain qualifications, need certain experiences.
Many athletes were involved, but we don't know for sure if they are suitable for the job of presidency. Maybe we should just let them stick to their job and let the president stick to his. For Media Milwaukee, I'm Keio Horton. Upon entering the Union Ballroom, students will walk on top of the golden carpet and get set for the 2017 Student Excellence Awards. It is an award ceremony that recognizes the student leaders, freshman through senior, for their achievements on and off the UWM campus.
Let the recognition begin!
It's really gratifying. I think that, we work really hard to breed these kind of students in our department, and to see that all of them are getting so involved and making all these great changes right in college and maybe even in the world, that's so encouraging to us and the rest of the people in this room.
Hosting an award show may not be as easy as it looks.
So this is my first time hosting anything, so I was quite nervous, but I felt better knowing that there were people in the crowd who shared similar values as me and did really good work today.
There's always an element of pressure whenever you go into something like this, and we had very limited time learning the script. So yeah, it was a little rush, but I think we handled it well overall.
Student organizations are also honored, and each year, dozens of students are honored for their campus involvement. For Media Milwaukee, I'm Keio Horton.
The team also volunteers, judges, mentors.
It's been 2 weeks since Donald Trump has been inaugurated as the 45th President of the United States, and within those 2 weeks, there's been a lot of commotion and drama. We asked some UWM students here what their thoughts on what's been going on so far.
So far, it's been pretty terrible. I'm Latina, right, and I'm Mexican, so my parents are Mexican, and just seeing how this has affected my people and other people from different races, it's completely devastating to see.
I don't love some of the executive orders. There have been a lot of executive orders. Precedent for executive orders were set, I think, during Obama's administration. And so in some ways the door was open on Pandora's box for that. But his executive orders around refugees and the 120-day ban on refugees coming from those 7 countries, it's not a real consistent, it doesn't make a ton of sense.
After 2 weeks, is it going to get worse or is it going to get better for this country? Only time will tell. For Media Milwaukee, I'm Keio Horton. Not a good stretch for the Brewers. They've lost 8 of their last 9 games, including their first 2 games of their series in Seattle. Hey, guess who came to see the Brewers play today in Safeco Field? It's Chewbacca. And the force was with Keon Broxton in the top of the 4th. He gets the crew on board with this solo shot to left field, his 5th of the season. Brewers trail 3-1. But in the bottom of the half of the 4th, the umpire strikes back. The Mariners tack on 3 more runs, including an RBI single from Seth Smith. Matt Garza lasts just 3 of 2/3 innings. But the rebellion wouldn't go away quietly. In the top of the 6th, Ryan Braun solo with a double down the left field line. 2-run score on the Crew cuts the lead to 3. Right now in the 9th, the Brewers are down 6-4. In less than 2 weeks, the Wisconsin Badgers open their season against LSU right here on WISN 12. One player to watch out for is TJ Watt, the younger brother of JJ and Derek Watt. Now TJ is finally healthy heading into the season after 2 knee injuries. Watt is also hoping to make an impact at outside linebacker this year. The Pewaukee native was originally recruited as a tight end, but made the switch to defense last summer and says he's feeling right at home on the other side of the ball.
It feels great, having a whole offseason under my belt.
He's the hero of the Super Bowl, and now former Badger and current New England Patriot star James White will be getting a very special honor in Wisconsin, being made into a bobblehead. The National Bobblehead Hall of Fame and Museum in Milwaukee has plans to make one. You can pre-order one for $30. New voices will be joining passengers on MCTS. Last year, riders voted for their favorite voices, and Maria and Tom were the winners. Here's a tease.
Hi, this is Maria, and I have to tell you how proud and excited I am that you've chosen me as the voice of MCTS.
Hi, this is Tom, one of the new voices of MCTS. I'm looking forward to helping riders in Milwaukee get where they're going every day.
Both Tom and Maria spent months recording thousands of words and locations that make up all 5,500 stops. 6th and 8th graders worked on the cards this morning. It's a 7-year tradition at North Middle School, meant to teach kids about the importance of giving back.
I just hope that it brightens up their day, because I don't know what they were going through, but I hope that it helps them.
We should be thankful for even the slightest things that people do for us.
Next Monday, the 900 cards created will be delivered to veterans receiving care at the Milwaukee VA Medical Center.
Life goes on, and you still got to enjoy things and do what you want to do, and fortunately I'm able to.
That's Waukesha resident Chuck Stavenfeld. He's a 73-year-old paraplegic, meaning he's paralyzed from the chest down. Coming up tonight at 10, the special device that allows him to stand up and play the game he loves, and how he's inspiring others on the golf course. And today was the final day of competition at the Summer Olympics in Rio. Overall, it's been a great 2 weeks for the Americans. They earned 121 medals overall, 18 more than London 2012, 46 of which are gold, 37 silver, and 38 bronze. This has been Big 12 Sports. My name is Keio, and we'll see you soon.